Hi guys, welcome to another kit review. Today we're having a look at the 1/48 scale model of a Soviet long-range bomber, DB-3F, also called an IL-4 later on, or IL-4T. And this one is manufactured by the Xuntong model company from China. Kit number is B48005, released in 2012. Okay. This is quite a large model. It has a wingspan of just over 44 centimeters and a fuselage length of just over 31 centimeters. And interestingly enough, down here it says warning, not for children under 3 years old due to small parts. Honestly, 14 plus is a standard warning. Definitely not without adult supervision. I would love to see a 4-year-old construct something like this. Anyway, let's have a look at the box first. Right. On the side, 6 aircraft varying color schemes, bombs, torpedoes, basic information about manufacturer, usual details, very similar to Dragon in some ways. History of the aircraft, more color schemes, and on the back of the box we have, just very similar to Dragon, 3D CAD views of the aircraft: cockpit, rear turret, torpedoes, bombs, etc., engines. Not too bad, looks pretty detailed. Okay, so let's have a look and see what's in the box. Put that out there, throw it out there. Instructions, Chinese, English, warnings. I'll have a look at those in a minute. Very large decal sheet, like very large. This looks to be quite comprehensive. Lots of different aircraft in here. First we have the clear parts, looking fairly crisp, yeah, and fairly clear. Something's come loose, or almost. Okay, then we've got neck sprue. Each one seems to be individually packed. Engine details. Tail. Looks like there's a loose seat bouncing around in there. So yeah, I don't know about the packaging. Could be because it's just been traveling, that's all. So some nice details in there. We'll put that one away. Next we've got torpedoes. Looking pretty good so far. Bombs. Decent sized bomb considering this is a 48 scale plane. That's a big bomb. Okay, that's I don't know, almost half the length of a torpedo. Various new bombs, fittings, etc. Some of them are quite fine. Alright, we'll put that away. Wings, detail looks good. Yep, panel lines look good and crisp. More engine parts. Here we got control panel, wheels, tail, and separate ailerons, rudders. Everything's in a separate bag, which is good. Fuselage, as you can tell, that's my hand. This is a big aircraft with a interesting cockpit. A lot of work in keeping that one done. There we go. Looking crisp though. All the details look crisp. Not much flash. Very little moulding pips. I like that. Internal detail on the fuselage as well. Even better. And that's interesting. This bag is open. So hopefully I haven't lost anything. Some parts, as you can tell, have already come off the sprues, or halfway off the sprues. Again, panel lines on the wings. Not being an expert on this aircraft, couldn't tell you whether they're accurate or not. But then again, hey, it's about making models. It's not rivet counting. Alright, and this is the main engine, bottom of the aircraft. Looking good so far. And that's it. That's it for what's in the box. Now what I did get with this aircraft when I first bought it was photo etch for the cockpit, and also a paint mask for this one. Alright, Montex SM48423, Edward 1/48 scale, FE700. Okay, I figured why not dress them up a bit. We'll definitely need this for that interesting cockpit layout. Alright, and that brings us to what's in the box. We'll have a look at the instructions in a sec. Okay, welcome back. Here we go. Let's have a look at the instructions. So you've got basic history of the aircraft, Chinese and English, standard warnings about checking the instructions. First page is sprue layout, where to apply decals, etc. down here. Color codes for the whole thing. Model Master, Mr. Hobby and Tamiya. Right, so fairly comprehensive. You have got almost, what's that, X, Y, Z. There's 25 different colors. All right, or how to put on the decals, and that looks not too bad. If unsure, there's plenty of information on the web about painting Russian aircraft World War II. Alright, let's go. So there are no step numbers in these instructions. We start with internal details for the fuselage, cockpit, etc. There's quite a lot of detail in this. Then we go from there to the rear turret. Okay, this is the rear ball turret on the upper fuselage, which looks quite detailed. That's the gun. Looks like it will just clip in place. That's cool. There we go. More details about the ball turret. This looks like down here is where you're going to put in holes for the various stores. There's your undercarriage bases, and onward and onward. There's a fair bit of work in this. As you can tell, it has a cockpit and also a rear gunner's position, detailed throughout the fuselage. They're very comprehensive instructions as to where everything's supposed to go, what it's supposed to look at. Wings, tail. Yes, you can put the ailerons and just the ailerons. Yeah, just the ailerons where they belong, and then the engines. And these are, I'll give you a better look at that. Interestingly complex engine, complex exhaust system, a lot of work in the engines, but the right dressing up should look pretty awesome, I reckon. So you've got engine cowlings. So there's a lot of work for the engines because it just keeps going on and on and on. Now here you've got a choice of, depending on whether you're going to have a bomber version or naval variant. The naval variant would be torpedoes, which would be something different. When I get around to it, I think I might make this into a torpedo version. More engine work, putting the cowlings on, and then we get it to put it all together. Engines, wings, onto the fuselage, Gives you all these little fine details. These are very, very comprehensive instructions. And then we come to the undercarriage. Same again. Very complex, very good. I wish all manufacturers of models will give you these kind of details. Views from every different direction as to how it's supposed to go together. Very nicely done too. Bombs, same thing. Bombs are all detailed. Torpedoes are even detailed. So these are really, really very comprehensive instructions. I like this. Must have a research on that one. Various types of bombs, wing racks, and then we get to torpedoes. And there's a lot of detail as to where everything is supposed to go, including your radio lines, etc. So that's good. And then we come to the aircraft that are covered by the decal sheet, and to what I can see, there's 10 here, there's one there, that's 11. So looks to be decals for 11 aircraft in all. So wide scope of paint schemes, which is pretty good. And then we come to, unfortunately, black and white, but still it covers all the aircraft, covers their paint schemes, covers their decal layout. This is pretty good. I am impressed. I think this is going to be an awesome aircraft to make. Alright, so let's have a look at the decals. That's a big sheet. Same size, well, actually bigger than the instructions. Okay, variety of Russian stars, aircraft markings, numbers, as well as, okay, these are stripes for the side of one particular aircraft. So impressive, wide range, 11 aircraft covered by this particular model. I like it a lot. So as I said, released in 2014. Did I say 2012? 2014, my bad. Okay, so let's have a look at the sprues. Okay, welcome back. Here we go, looking at the sprues now. First thing is, not sure whether this is packaging or transport, but that's the seat that came loose. Detail's really nice. And that's the front of the cockpit that was loose in the bags. One of the reasons why you never throw the bags away. And I might just put those over there. As usual, I'll give you close-ups of all this stuff after I've gone through it. So let's go on with the rest of clear parts. Cockpit sides. This is why I got the paint mask. Trying to paint that would be an interesting challenge. They look pretty clear. In fact, they look very, very clear. There's very little flash on these, and they're looking quite sharp. So I like that. So there's your clear parts. Clear parts. Next we've got a large sprue with engines, exhausts, etc. on it. All the little fittings, undercarriage, you name it, it's all on here. Even the machine guns. And they look really crisp and nice. flash? None that I can see. In fact, very few mold marks at all. Okay, so we'll put that one aside. Weapons. Weapons. Torpedoes. Bombs. Look at the size of these things. They're massive. Okay, rockets. Everything. This thing carried everything into battle. Some very fine pieces here. Will take a lot of skill to get those off without breaking them. But the detail is quite clear. Okay. Next. Okay. Next we come to a very large sprue. I'll put that here so you can see that properly. Wings, as I said, yep, recessed panel lines, control panel, propeller blades individual, engine cylinders, tailplanes, engine cowlings. Detail looks crisp with not much flash. And then we've got next one, bottom of the aircraft, more engine cowlings. Detail is very nice. Whether it's accurate, I couldn't tell you. Never seen the real aircraft in life. I believe they are still there, but at the moment, no chance of getting there. And the wings. And next is the fuselage. Nice and crisp, good panel lines, nicely detailed. I like it. And that is basically the sprues. Big aircraft, a lot of work to do on that one. So that brings us to the end of the kit review on the DB-3F. This is a big plane, twin engined, but being a Russian bomber, a rare beast, a very rare beast. So if you can pick one of these up, definitely. Can't remember how much this one cost me. I think it was $60–70 with the aftermarkets. Anyway, that brings us to the end of this one, and I will catch you in the next. Right, cheers.